Oh, my. Oh, yes, YouTube Live and Facebook Live. There we have it. Facebook and YouTube Live. I know I said midnight-ish, but it's actually almost 11 as opposed to midnight. So it looks like story time. Sorry for those of you who thought it would be at 10. It's not at 10, it's at 11. Sorry for those of you who thought it would be at midnight. It's actually at 11. And it looks like for a good while now, story time is going to be in the dark, in the spooky. As you can hear, there's some nice ambience behind us. And, well, it's because I said no to peer pressure. That's not the real reason. That's just my bookmark. It happens to be in tonight's book, which happens to be Goosebumps by R.L. Stein. Particularly, we're starting, be careful what you wish for. It's very wise words, if you ask me. Now, for those of you who are joining us, welcome. Let's see, who do we have in so far? Nobody. Not a soul. Well, I've gotten one like that's from Trisha, who gets huzzah! You get a huzzah, my friend. Thank you for joining in on story time. It's almost like you're here with me. Fantastic. Huzzah! You get 2 more of those huzzahs tonight at some random point in time. You will be surprised, and you may even be scared, as it is a scary story night, and I am reading by the candlelight. Huzzah! All right, that's 1 more, but I promise that one will really be a surprise. Where did my bookmark go? Oh, there it is. Huzzah! All right. Well, I suppose I will have more huzzahs to give as soon as more people start showing up. Oh, there's 1 person on YouTube. Wonderful. I suppose we can really get started now. Huzzah! Bonus huzzah. And that's for you, whoever you are on YouTube. Oh, it's Pete. It's, oh, there you are, Peter. In other words, Amber. Hello. Oh, huzzah! Another person. That's 2 on YouTube. Hello, Amber, and whoever the mysterious person is. You Facebookistanians, you better up your game and start appearing for me and start leaving comments so I can give you huzzahs as well. In either way, either case, we should get started. But before we do, make sure you join the Facebook group Storytime, 2 words, exclamation point at the end. Make sure you like this video now, damn it. I said now. Do you hear the spooky music? Do you know what happens when spooky music happens and you don't listen to me? Fine. Like it at your leisure. Oh, there we go. We got a like. Very good. But the other person watching, you should like it at your leisure. Anyway, if you have not already, subscribe to the channel as well. And yes, boom, liked. Thank you, Amber. Huzzah! Thank you for that. More huzzahs to come later. In the meantime, if you would... Oh, huzzah! Another viewer and another like! All right. Ooh, I am so excited tonight. Anyway, also, if you feel like it, you can... Another viewer! Huzzah! It's so excitable. You can also follow me on Twitch at Brett Doesn't Game. I haven't posted anything on there for quite some time, but it's all right. And don't forget to say no to peer pressure. Another like. Dare I say it? Dare I say it? Huzzah! And now, the final huzzah goes toward the start of our story for the evening, Goosebumps. Be careful what you wish for. The music is appropriate, as is the lighting. I will try not to burn the book in the flame of the candle, but instead, simply deliver a wonderful story to you. And I see Carla has joined on YouTube. Carla, I don't believe I've seen you here before. And you're right, I am on fire tonight. And you know who else is on fire? You are, Carla. Huzzah! Thank you for joining. You're welcome, Amber. Yes, I am in a good mood tonight, aren't I? Anyway, let us get started with chapter 1. Judith Bellwood, what an interesting last name, deliberately tripped me in math class, that bitch. I see Nick has joined. Hello, Nick. Huzzah! I saw her white sneaker shoot out into the aisle. Too late. That bitch. This is a far more interesting version of Goosebumps already, isn't it? I was carrying my notebook up to the chalkboard to put a problem on the board. My eyes were on the scrawls in my notebook. I'm not the neatest writer in the world. And before I could stop, I saw the white sneaker shoot out. I tripped over it and went sprawling to the floor, landing hard on my elbows and knees. Of course, all the papers flew out of my notebook and scattered everywhere. Damn, 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 damn. And the whole class thought it was a riot, those bastards. Everyone was laughing and cheering as I struggled to pull myself up. Judith and her pal Anna Frost laughed hardest of all. They're going straight to hell. I landed on my funny bone, and the pain vibrated up and down my whole body as I climbed to my feet and then bent to pick up my notebook. What should happen when I picked up my papers? Oh, I knew my face was red as a tomato. Nice move, Sam, Anna called, a big grin on her face. That's the bitch we mentioned earlier. Instant replay, someone else shouted, another asshat. I glanced up to see a triumphant glow in Judith's green eyes. I'm the tallest girl in my 7th grade class. No, correct that. I'm the tallest kid in my 7th grade class. I'm at least 2 inches taller than my friend Corey Blinn, and he's the tallest guy. I'm also the biggest klutz who ever stumbled over the face of the earth. I mean, just because I'm tall and slender doesn't mean I have to be graceful, and believe me, I'm not. But hey, at least you own it, don't you? Mr. Green has joined the party. Huzzah! That's 5 viewers right now, all at once on YouTube. How remarkable. I love it. Still, no comments on Facebook, though. I don't know which is more intense, this music or my stare. All right, back to the story. But why is it such a riot when I stumble over... Wait. Oh, yes. But why is it such a riot when I stumble over a wastebasket or drop my tray in the lunchroom or trip over someone's foot in math class? I don't know. Why is it such a riot? Judith and Anna are just cruel, that's all. I know they both call me Stork behind my back. Corey told me they do. And Judith is always making fun of my name, which is Bird, Samantha Bird. Why don't you fly away, Bird? I don't know. Maybe you should fly away, bitch. That's what she's always saying to me. I'll stop the nasty talk for tonight. I think that was plenty so far. Then she and Anna laugh as if that's the funniest joke they've ever heard. Those bastards. Oh, sorry. Why don't you fly away, Bird? Ha ha, big joke. Corey says Judith is just jealous of me. But that's stupid. I mean, why should Judith be jealous of me? She's not 9 feet tall. She's about 5'2", perfect for a 12-year-old. She's graceful, she's athletic, and she's very pretty, with pale, creamy skin, big white eyes, and wavy copper-colored hair down to her shoulders. So what's to be jealous about? I think Corey is just trying to make me feel better and doing a lousy job of it. Try harder, Corey. Anyway, 4 likes on the video. Huzzah! Anyway, I gathered all my papers together and shoved them back into the notebook. Sharon asked if I was okay. Sharon is my teacher. We call all the teachers by their first names here at Montrose Middle School. I muttered, not fluttered. Sorry, that was a bird joke I did not mean to make. I muttered that I was fine, even though my elbow was throbbing like crazy. I'm sorry. And I copied the problem onto the board. The chalk squeaked, and everyone groaned and complained. I can't help it. I've never been able to write on the board without squeaking the chalk. It isn't such a big deal, is it? I heard Judith whisper some crack about me to Anna, but I couldn't hear what it was. Don't forget, kids, you should never mess with crack. Say no to peer pressure, okay? Say no to crack. I glanced up from the problem to see the two of them snickering and smirking at me. Opposed to crack, Snickers are delicious. And wouldn't you know it, I couldn't solve the problem. I had something wrong with the equation. I couldn't figure out what. Sharon stepped up behind me, her skinny arms crossed over her ugly chartreuse sweater. I said chartreuse without having to look at it for very long. Isn't that impressive? She moved her lips as she read what I had written, trying to see where I had gone wrong. And, of course, Judith raised her hand and called out, I see the problem, Sharon. Bird can't add. 4 and 2 is 6, not 5. I could feel myself blushing again. Where would I be without Judith to point out my mistakes to the whole class? Everyone was laughing again. Even Sharon thought it was funny. And I had to stand there and take it. Good old Samantha, the class klutz, the class idiot. My hand was shaking as I erased my stupid mistake and wrote in the right numbers. I was so angry at Judith, at myself, but I kept it together and I walked carefully back to my seat. I didn't even glance at Judith as I walked by. I kept it together until home ec class that afternoon. Then it got ugly. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Chapter 2. Daphne is our teacher in home ec. I like Daphne. She's a big, jolly woman with several chins and a great sense of humor. That's not a very nice way to talk about your teacher. Oh, well, you said she's nice and jolly and stuff, but still, she might not appreciate the description of the chins. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself like you so often do, bird. The rumor is that Daphne always makes us bake cakes and eat pies and brownies so that she can eat them all after we leave class. Oh, sorry, just bake, not eat them so that she can eat them. Just bake them so she can eat them. That's kind of mean, I think, but it's probably a little bit true. Our hero of the story is turning out not to be much better than the others, isn't she? We have home ec right after lunch, so we're never very hungry. Most of what we make wouldn't be good dog food anyway, so it mostly gets left in the home ec room. I always look forward to the class, partly because Daphne is a fun teacher and partly because it's the one class where there's no homework. Yes, it would be very easy to claim your dog ate your homework if it was baking. The only you could also claim your family ate it. Unless you're a terrible baker and they know it, in which case you're screwed. The only bad thing about home ec class is that Judith is in it too. Judith and I had a little run-in in the lunchroom. I sat down at the far end of the table, as far away from her as I could get, but I still heard her telling a couple of 8th graders Bird tried to fly in math class. Everyone laughed and stared at me. You tripped me, Judith, I shouted angrily. My mouth was full of egg salad, which dribbled down my chin when I shouted, Oh, Aaron. I think it's Aaron, right? I think I could be wrong. And everyone laughed at me again. Judith said something which I couldn't hear over the noise in the lunchroom. She smirked at me and tossed her red hair behind her shoulders. I started to get up and go over to her. I don't know what I was thinking of doing, but I was so angry I wasn't thinking too clearly. You love baking stuff, probably while you're fat, laughing your butt off. And you'd probably eat your homework at some point too. Well, I eat my homework all the time, so. Luckily, luckily Corey appeared across the table. He dropped his lunch down on the table, turned the chair around backward in the way he always does, and sat down. What's 4 plus 2, he teased. 42, I replied, rolling my eyes. Do you believe Judith? I asked bitterly. Of course I believe Judith, he said, pulling open his brown lunch bag. Judith is Judith. What's that supposed to mean? I snapped. He shrugged. A grin broke out across his face. I don't know. Corey is kind of cute. Kind of. Sorry, Corey. Only kind of. He has dark brown eyes that sort of crinkle up in the corners, a nose that's a little too long, and a funny crooked smile. He has great hair, but he never brushes it, so he never takes off his cap. It's an Orlando Magic cap, even though he doesn't know or care about the team. He just likes the cap. That's perfectly okay. Nothing wrong with that. You seem cool, Corey. I'm okay with you. Also, this music might be a little too intense for the current situation. But we'll carry on real quick. Are there any comments on Facebook? There's Nicholas. Your dual-wielding apps, supporting me on YouTube and Facebook, supporting me anywhere. You love the accent. Say no to crack. Correct, Nicholas. Say no to crack. And for you, double supporting, a double huzzah, huzzah! After reading what to tell us how your smoke... Oh, the smoked chicken, Amber, it turned out wonderfully. I mixed it with some cream cheese, chopped it up real good, and wrapped that in like a dough and breaded it and fried it. It was wonderful. Turned out fantastic. So just so you know. Anyway, back to the story. Crooked smile. He has great hair, but he never brushes it, so he never takes... Oh, I already talked about his cap. All right. We know all about the Orlando Magic cap. He peeked into his lunch bag and made a face. Again, I asked, wiping egg salad off the front of my T-shirt with a napkin. Yeah, again, he replied glumly. He pulled out the same lunch his father packed for him every single morning, a grilled cheese sandwich and an orange. Yuck! You know what? You're yuck. What's your name again? Corey. I would love grilled cheese and oranges. That sounds wonderful to me. Anyway, what does your dad give you grilled cheese every day? I asked. Didn't you tell him it gets cold and slimy by lunchtime? I told him, Corey groaned, picking up one half of the sandwich in one hand and examining it as if it were some sort of science lab specimen. He said it's good protein. How can it be good protein if you throw it in the trash every day? I asked. You bastard, wasting a grilled cheese. Corey's going to die tonight. Maybe I didn't write the book, so we'll see. We can hope. Corey grinned his crooked grin. Of course, it's a crooked grin. He throws out grilled cheese. I didn't tell him that I throw it in the trash every day. He shoved the rubbery sandwich back into the bag and started to peel the orange. It's a good thing you came by, I said, swallowing the last bite of my egg salad sandwich. I was about to get up and go murder Judith over there. Finally, some blood! Sorry, that was a bit of an outburst. We both glanced down the table. Judith and the two eighth-graders had their chairs tilted back and were laughing about something. One of the eighth-graders had a magazine, People magazine, I think, and she was showing a picture in it to the others. Don't murder Judith, Corey advised, still peeling the orange. You'll get into trouble. Well, of course you will. It's murder, but it's hardly, if it's worth it, right? This is Judith we're talking about. Judith. Hang on. I'll find the cap later. Where was I? Oh, yes, murder. Oh, that's cruel, I exclaimed. Wait, nope. Too far. Don't murder Judith, you'd get in trouble, yes. I laughed, scornful laughter. You're kidding, I'd get an award. If you murder Judith, your basketball team will never win another game, Corey said, concentrating on the orange. Oh, that's cruel, I exclaimed. I tossed my balled-up aluminum foil at him. It bounced off his chest and dropped to the floor. He was right, of course. Judith was the best player on our team, the Montrose Mustangs. She was the only good player. She could dribble really well without getting the ball tangled up in her legs, and she had a great shooting eye. Shooting eye. All right. Justice. Yes, justice indeed. Justice indeed to murder someone who throws out grilled cheese. Oh, that's not who you're talking about. Alex. Yes, Judith did drive me to drink, but in the meantime, you have joined us, which means only one thing. You get a special huzzah! Back to the story. I, of course, was the worst player on the team. Surprise, surprise, I admit it. I'm a total klutz, as I've said, which doesn't get you very far on the basketball court. I suppose not. But that's all right, we forgive you. Unless you're friends with someone who throws out grilled cheese, in which case, go fuck yourself. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry. I really hadn't wanted to be on the Mustangs. I knew I'd stink, but Ellen insisted. Ellen is the girls' basketball coach. Ellen insisted I be on the team. Sam, you're so tall, she told me. You've got to play basketball. You're a natural. Sure, I'm a natural. Natural klutz. Oh, her name is Sam. That's right. I can't shoot at all, not even foul shots, especially not foul shots, and I can't run without tripping over my own Reeboks, and my hands are small, even though the rest of me isn't, so I'm not too good at passing or catching the ball. I think Ellen has learned her lesson. Tall ain't all, not tell. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Tall ain't all, but now she's too embarrassed to take me off the team, and I keep at it. I work hard at practice. I mean, think I keep getting, I keep thinking I'll get better. I couldn't get any worse. If only Judith wasn't such a hotshot, and if only she was nicer to me. But as Corey put it, Judith is Judith, and Judith is a bitch. She's always yelling at me during practice and making fun of me and making me feel 2 feet tall, which I sometimes wish I were. Bird, why don't you give us a break and fly away? Really, Judith, you can't come up with another joke. I mean, sure, it might have been clever the first few times, but in a span of 9 pages, we've heard it about 5 times. It's getting old. Okay? All right. Better not hear it again. Although I'm sure we will, because you're an original, Judith. If she says that one more time, I'll punch out her light. I really will. Thank you, Sam. I agree totally. You took the words out of my mouth. What are you thinking about, Sam? Corey's voice broke into my bitter thoughts. About Judith, of course, I muttered. Miss Perfect. Hey, stop, he said, pulling apart the orange sections. You have good qualities too, you know. Oh, really, I snapped. What are my good qualities? That I'm tall? No, he finally popped an orange section into his mouth. I never saw anyone take so long to eat an orange. You obviously haven't seen me eat an orange. You're also smart, he said, and you're funny. Thanks a bunch, I replied, frowning. He was on drugs when he wrote this. And you're very generous, he added. You're so generous you're going to give me that bag of potato chips, right? He pounced on it before I could grab it away from him. No one who throws away grilled cheese deserves potato chips. Damn you, Corey. I knew there was a reason for his compliments. I watched Corey stuff down my potato chips. He didn't even offer me one. What kind of friend are you? Then the bell rang and I hurried to home ec, where I totally lost it. What happened was this. We were making tapioca pudding, and it was really messy. We all had big orange mixing bowls, and the ingredients were spread out on the long table next to the stove. I was busily stirring mine. It was nice and gloppy, and it made this great glop-glop sound as I stirred it with a long wooden spoon. Terrible sound, I'll be honest with you, but it's probably a delicious one, so I'll forgive you. My hands were sticky for some reason. I had probably spilled some of the pudding on them, so I stopped to wipe them on my apron. I was being pretty neat for me. There were only a few yellow puddles of pudding on my table. Most of it was actually in the mixing bowl. I finished stirring, and when I looked up, there was Judith. I was a little surprised because she had been working on the other side of the room by the windows. We generally keep as far apart from each other as possible. Judith had this odd smile on her face, and as she approached me, she pretended to trip. I swear she only pretended to trip. And she spilled her whole mixing bowl of tapioca pudding on my shoes, my brand new blue Doc Martens. I will say this one more time. What a bitch. Oops, she said. That's all, just oops. I looked down at my brand new shoes covered in gloppy yellow pudding, and that's when I lost it. I uttered an angry roar and went for Judith's throat. I didn't plan it or anything. I think it was temporary insanity. I just reached out both hands and grabbed Judith by the throat and began to strangle her. I mean, they were brand new shoes. Judith started struggling and tried to scream. She pulled my hair and tried to scratch me, but I held onto her throat and roared some more like an angry tiger, and she deserved every bit of it. Oh, that's not the next sentence. Sorry. It says, and Daphne had to pull us apart. She pulled me away by the shoulders, then thrust her wide body between us, blocking our view of each other. I was panting loudly. My chest was heaving up and down. Samantha, what are you doing? I mean, huzzah! I think that's what Daphne was screaming. Probably the huzzah. I couldn't really hear her. I had this roaring in my ears, loud as a waterfall. I think it was just my anger. Before I knew it, I had pushed myself away from the table and was running out of the room. I ran out into the empty hall and stopped. I didn't know what to do next. I was so angry. If I had 3 wishes, I told myself, I know what they would be. Destroy Judith, destroy Judith, destroy Judith. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Little did I know that I would soon get my wish. All 3 of them. Oh, the blood, the glory, the wish fulfillment at its best. Yes, as you said, Amber, giggity. And dear readers / viewers / listeners. Oh, yes, sorry, Alex, I know. I want grilled cheese now as well. Enough to commit murder. No, it's not a cult, I swear. It's not a cult. I do not condone all of you murdering anyone. So please keep that in mind. With that, one more reminder to say no to peer pressure. And with that, I mark my book. I'm thinking, although it's a little shorter for story time, I'm thinking 2 chapters is pretty good because let's see how many chapters are in total in this book. Oh dear, it doesn't. Let's just skip to the end. That's 24, 25, 26. There are 26 chapters. That would give us 12 nights worth of reading. And exactly, Nick, you can't ruin one's brand new blue Doc Martens and get away with it. That's exactly it. There's no other way about it. Up with hope, down with dope. That's smart words, Amber. That's very smart words indeed. So once more, join the Facebook group Storytime, 2 words, exclamation point at the end. Like this video if you haven't already. There are 5 viewers and only 4 likes, so one bastard still hasn't liked it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Beep Corny 1 is the channel. And then if you really please, if you so choose, you can follow me at Brett Doesn't Game on Twitch, all one word. So with that, thank you, dear viewers, for watching another episode of Storytime. And until next time, that being tomorrow night with Dracula, I bid you adieu. Wait, one more comment there. Well, my friend, have a good night. I'll let Heather know what she missed. Yes, do let Heather know what she missed. She missed quite an effing lot. Oh, and I see Mum has joined. Hello, Mum. You get the last huzzah of the evening. So, anyway, everyone, good night. I bid you adieu. Until next time, this has been... Oh, I splashed myself with hot wax. That, it didn't quite hurt. It was just more surprising than anything. Oh, my. Yes, Carla, I can't wait for more Goosebumps either. But until next time, that was Storytime. And I, your host, the mysterious Brett Pagoni.